so she shaved her head for that.
Gotcha.
So at the Amity compound, everybody's about kindness, right? They say stuff like, go with happiness.
Going with a penis is tight.
No! Sound like that.
Oh, no.
Hey guys, my name's Dan. Today I'm be reacting to the Divergent series Insurgent pitch meeting. That is a bit of a mouthful there, but I was curious that since he did do the pitch meeting for the first movie, if he was going to do it for the entire series, looks like it's going to happen here. I can imagine that with his having to take care of his newborn, that he probably has a bunch of these recorded in advance, or at least I hope he does, so he can have a lot of time to spend with her, because you need to when you're a new dad. So I'm gonna be curious to see if next week is going to be another revisit, or if maybe that's going to be the third movie in this series. But we're gonna have to cover this one first. But before we do, though, please do check all those links I have for you down in the description below. More specifically, the pitch meeting link and his personal channel as well. They're both great ways to support him, and a great and easy way to support me is to go right below this video, click all those buttons down there, because I always like to see future reactions that I do, but also helps my channel to grow. And without any further ado, let's go.
So, you got a Divergent sequel for me?
Yes, sir, I do. Insurgent.
Oh, I thought it was called Divergent.
It is, yeah, but the second one's called Insurgent. Each of these ends with an int sound, which is fun and not at all forced.
Yeah, not at all forced, not at all weird either.
Kind of confusing. Better
Yeah, a
title
little bit.
this one the Divergent series Insurgent.
Now that's catchy. With a colon?
You know it. A
With
very
the colon.
catchy colon.
Well, I don't know what that means.
Very catchy colon. Oh, yeah, let's move on past that one.
Anyway, Triss is hiding out at the Amity compound, and she decides to give herself a short haircut, complete with layers and blending.
Dystopian stylist skills are important. Why does
Yeah,
she do
very
that now,
important.
though?
To show her transformation, and also Shailene Woodley just did that Fault in Our Stars movie, so she shaved her head for that.
Gotcha.
So at the Amity compound, everybody's about kindness, right? They say stuff like, go with happiness.
Going with a penis is tight.
No!
Sound like
Oh,
that.
what?
Oh, no.
Anyway, Triss is with her brother and her boyfriend Four, and that jerk Peter.
Why is he with them?
Because he's got to be there,
Peter.
because he's going to betray them. So one day that bad guy Eric and his crew show up because that bad lady Janine has them rounding up all Divergents.
Why?
Because she got her hands on this frickin' box that can only be opened by a Divergent, and she thinks it holds the secret to eliminating Divergents.
If she's rounding them up, doesn't that kind of take care of eliminating them?
Hey, shut up. And so Eric is going around with this little scanner that shows him what faction people are in.
Wait, if that technology exists, why'd they make those kids do those crazy drug trips in the last movie?
Well, they thought it'd be funny, I guess. So after Peter betrays them, the good guys run away and
No
jump
way!
into a
Peter
moving train
betraying
and
them?
escape.
Do the bad guys not run fast enough?
Apparently not, and their vehicles don't drive fast enough either.
What?
But then on the train there are a bunch of factionless, so they get attacked and they have to kill a bunch of them.
Why'd they attack?
For there to be a fight scene, and then Ford finally reveals that he's the son of their leader, so they stop attacking and bring them to her.
He didn't want to lead with that?
No, he decided to end several lives first, destroy multiple families before resorting to talking to his mommy.
This guy's kind of a psychopath.
Yeah, a little bit.
I guess. So his mom is like, hey, we gotta join forces to take over and whatnot, and he's like, I will never do that until a few scenes have passed.
Sticking to
Yes.
his guns for a tiny little bit.
So then
Yeah.
Triss and Four Triss, if you will.
I will not, but thank you for asking.
Totally fair. They go to Candor, you know, where everybody's all about telling the truth.
Sure.
And they're given a truth serum, and that reveals that Janine has this conspiracy going on to try to take over.
Right, how can any leaders do any sketchy conspiracy stuff when truth serum is a thing?
By it only being used in this one scene.
That works.
Only
And so
this one
meanwhile,
scene.
Janine keeps testing Divergents to see if they can open the box, but they're not 100% Divergent, so Janine's like, we need to find the very special one.
I mean, it doesn't say that, though, right? That's like a placeholder line.
Nope, that was a lie that was said, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, great.
So then the bad Dauntless attack Candor and shoot everybody with these metal things that knock you out, unless you're Divergent.
How do they have all these little gadgets?
Technology.
That makes sense.
So Eric manages to capture Triss, and he finds
It's
out
just that little
she's
detail.
the very special one. She's 100% Divergent.
100%? Didn't her test results in the last movie only show erudite abnegation and dauntless?
There's no way for me to check that.
Yeah, no way at all. No, there's no way I can go back and see that. Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, that would have been helpful. But then Four pops out and fights all the enemies and saves her, so everything's okay.
Well, hooray for Four for that forceful foray.
What was that?
I'm not saying that again. My tongue almost
Yeah,
fell off.
that's
Well, okay
that would be
then.
wise.
So then it turns out those little metal thingies are also mind control devices.
Sure, why not?
So Janine
Yeah.
mind controls 3 people into jumping off a ledge and says she's going to continue unless they turn in Triss.
She can mind control them. Why not just mind control them to bring her Triss?
Now that is a good question.
thank you.
You're welcome.
But no answers.
Anyway, so Triss decides to turn herself in because she feels bad, and they strap her into a machine.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so now she's got to do a bunch of stuff that's not real. It's not happening.
Oh, heck yeah, I guess that's exciting.
It might be. She's going to do some not real parkour. She's going to do some not real fighting.
Oh, can you imagine if that was actually happening?
And eventually she's got
That
to
would've been
pass
sick.
the Amity trial, where all she has to do is not fight herself.
So what's she gonna do?
She's going to
Gonna
fight
fight
herself. She's
herself.
gonna fight herself so much.
Well, it's gonna be impossible for her to save the day if she fails the test.
Actually, it's going to be
It's gonna be
super
super
easy.
easy.
Barely
Barely
an
an
inconvenience.
inconvenience.
Oh, really?
Yeah, see, it turns out that Peter guy helps her fake her own death before she opens the box, so she gets taken out of the room.
Wow, so what does she want to do now?
Well, now she
Totally
wants to
makes
go
sense
back
with his
in the room
character.
and open the box. What? So then she does that, and it turns out it contained a message saying the whole city was an experiment, and outside their walled-off city, the world's torn apart by war.
An experiment? What do you mean?
Well, they wanted to see if divergence would happen, and that they did. So that's good. That's
Yeah.
good.
How does that help the war?
Well, see, these people have more. They got more than one personality trait. You see, and that's how you start wars.
yeah.
What is it? I mean,
Yeah, it's not confusing at all.
Yeah. So then the good guys, they spread that message across the city, so everyone's like, wow, okay, I guess let's head to the walls and go through.
All they know is that there's war on the other side of the wall. Why would they all head there?
Because that's how the movie ends.
Okay.
So what do you think?
Hey, I mean, as long as this does well enough to keep churning out YA stuff, I'm happy.
Oh, yeah, okay, so part 2 maybe made into a TV movie. Oh, alright, so, let's get into a few of the details that I found either interesting or just strange. So at the very beginning, Triss was talking about killing Janine, and, you know, we saw her have a perfectly good opportunity to do so in the first movie. I mean, this woman is just pure evil, killed her parents, killed a whole bunch of different people, but was just like, nah, I'm not gonna do that. And then one of the first lines she says in this movie is, oh, we gotta kill her. We gotta kill her. So, but what? That completely undermines, I feel like, her character and just the ending of the previous movie. It doesn't really make too much sense to me. And let's see what else we got. The haircut, very big change. She looked so damn different. I almost didn't recognize her at first. Still not sure why she didn't die when she was shot running down the stairs. When they all just sort of fell down and she was just like laying there and got up. I guess plot armor is just really, really strong with her. And then, of course, in the end, died, came back to life with Peter helping her. I don't know why Peter would help her, considering up until this point he's been a dick. It made sense for him to join that side. What didn't make sense was Caleb didn't help her. Just went with the other side for some sort of reason. I'm not really sure why. The interesting thing as well was that ending, because, you know, the woman needed to die in the first one, should have died by Triss's hands. But for whatever reason, died by four mother's hands. Just at the very end, just is right behind her, and just a bam, and then just right into the credits. I get they want to do that little shock, like, oh my god, I can't believe what just happened. But that also takes away from the story that they were trying to tell, and it made for a very confusing ending, because, like, why was she the one to do it? Why wasn't it Triss? Why wasn't it Four? Why wasn't it anyone else that interacted with her way more than this character did? I'm just completely dumbfounded by that. So, all in all, it was, again, another okay movie to me. There was a lot of questions, a lot of things that I found very weird, but some of the fight scenes were really cool. But I think that's it. I think I just like some of the fight scenes were good. The acting was on point. I really enjoyed Triss's character. And just her growth over this entire series from the first movie up until now. Making that transformation with her hair was a bold move, but it somehow worked for me. And the actress who played her did a hell of a job. That's going to do it for me here. Comment down below. Let me know, what did you think about Insurgent? Please leave a like if you enjoyed. Please do check all those links I have for you down in the description below. Then lastly and most importantly, I want to give a huge shout out to all my $5 and up supporters on Patreon. Luchador, Cruising, Wolverine 310, GBN, Kester Kronich, Amber K, Raymond Bright, Joshi, Chris Curtis, Haley Machinardi, Am Perry, Larka, Cacophony, Morgan Page, Izzy, Misa, Misa2, Lily the Snoopy Fan, Jenny the Swifty, Allison the Aesthetic Girl, Mad Hushy, Flea Street Vicomte, Christopher Banyard, Emily the Flower Lover, Sasha Harrison, Steffi, and brand new Peyton supporter, Sarcastic Karma. Thank you all so very much. And if you too like to have a shout out at then each and every one of my videos, please send over to patreon.com/TheDayReactor for more. And I'll see you guys next time.